Welcome back, and today I'm talking about the long-awaited re-release of 1080 snowboarding. I'm just kidding. Honestly, we're here for the 1.1 release of Wutherng Waves, and I gotta say, this trailer looks fantastic. This update is probably gonna be one of my favorites, but before I get started, I wanna hear from you. Are you pulling on the good girl Jinhsi, or are you gonna go for the fiery redhead with CHANGLI? Is it dragon or phoenix? I wanna know. Put it in the comments below. Now let's get started. Now I have to say the new biome looks amazing. A snowy Japanese maple red clay area just looks awesome. I really like the aesthetic they put into this. But of course, you guys are here for what you need to do before 1.1, so let's talk about the materials you're gonna need for CHANGLI. So to start off, it's time to do some pre-farming. You're going to be going at the Inferno Rider a bunch of times. I believe he's probably gonna be one of her best in slot 4 cost as well. Now you really need these Rage Tacit cores. Next up, you're going to need a bunch of tailored rings, and you know what that means. It's time to go farm some exiles, but you should have a bunch of this material just from exploring and quests. Now, in order to get the metallic drip, you're going to have to do some forgery challenges, in particular the Flaming Remnants. That is the forgery challenge that drops that material. Now, obviously, these forgery challenges are pretty damn easy, but they're the only real place you can get the materials. Hopefully, we get like a 3x bonus event that makes these drop more frequently, but I haven't really used any of my crystal solvents, so I've kind of been saving up. So if you have enough wave plates, I would say try to farm like 1 or 2 of these a day just to get the materials ready to go. Now the last 2 materials required for her ascension and skill upgrade are not going to be unlocked until we get to Mt Firmament. That's the Pavo Plum and the Sentinel's Dagger, because Jue is going to be the new weekly boss unlocked in that area. Now let's swing over to Jinhsi and take a look at her materials. And to start off, you need to farm the Morning X. This is what's going to drop the Elegy Tacit cores that you're going to need for her ascension. So make sure that you are fighting this and pre-farming if you plan on going for Jinhsi. Now for the Howler cores, if you don't have them or not enough of them, just pull up your databank, see which type of mobs have them, and go farm them accordingly. Now for the wave-worn residue, that's right, you're doing some more forgery challenges, specifically the Eroded Ruins. That's the one that drops this material. And again, you're going to have to wait on the Gloom Slough and the Sentinel's Dagger until we unlock Mt Firmament. I'm actually saving my weekly pulls until the new area is available. I highly recommend you do the same. So if you're wondering what else you should be doing before 1.1, I'm going to say play at your own pace, enjoy the content, but if you want to be proactive, consider working on your databank. They're going to be adding a new level up to 21. This is going to be a 100% chance to get a gold rarity drop Echo, so make sure you've done some investment into your Echo collection progress. They're also going to be adding Echo tuners into the synthesizer, so hopefully you can get better rolls on your Echoes. They are adding a bunch of new echoes, so don't worry if you haven't maxed out your databank yet. Now what I'm personally doing is grinding down my quest list because I want to be fully immersed in the new area, and to be honest, there's a lot of Union experience in Astray here that would be really beneficial in 1.1. But again, play at your own pace. Now I wasn't joking, I haven't used any of my collection attempts yet this week. I'm saving so that I can have 3 Sentinel Daggers ready to go at the launch of 1.1. Now the one thing I will say is make sure you've explored a good amount of the map. So I'm around 60% average, but some are a little bit higher. Just make sure you've gotten all the different bosses, all the forgery challenges, you've done all the different tacit fields, you have all the resonance beacons. Just spend a little bit of time and go through the original map before you dive head first into Mt Firmament. Now I hope Kuro really did a good job with 1.1. It looks amazing, but I want to learn about Jinhsi, I want to learn about Jue, I want to learn about Changli. She's overclocking in the cinematic. Let's go into detail. Let's have a really good storyline. But until then, we get to snowboard down hills, dress up like ice cubes, break down some walls, and solve some puzzles. I think it's great that they're keeping exploration fresh. In fact, I love exploring. That's why one of my larger videos was me finding some hidden areas early on. Let me know down below if you're looking forward to exploring Mt Firmament. That being said, I hope we get different exploration quests that allow us to evolve this area. It already looks amazing, but let us do some of that Tiger's Maw, Sea of Flames evolution. I think that'll be great. Now, I know a lot of people are looking to have Jue as their 4-cost Echo. I'm curious to see the effects of what this Echo can do. I really think it's going to be her best in slot for Jinhsi, but we'll find out. Obviously, they're adding some other enemies, which I think will make farming for specific roles a little bit better. It hasn't been bad, but it hasn't been great. I think the Light Crusher is awesome, but no one really uses a 3-cost Echo in their main slot. Unfortunately, you probably won't see these animations outside of the trailer, but I do like that there's a traversal mechanic built in with that Echo. Now, I think it's great that we're getting some new enemies with this new Mt Firmament area, and I like that it's all snow themed. I think this is going to be pretty great, but I'm really looking forward to some of the events that are coming as well. Now, the one thing to note is that we're going to get 2 new weapons, obviously Jinhsi's and Changli's best in slot, but we're going to get some area events. We're going to get different progression quests to collect in there. We're also going to get a new Depths of Elusive Realm area, as well as Simulacra. That's right, we're going to be able to fight different simulated versions of the Crownless, etc., which I think will be cool. And obviously they're going to be giving us a bunch of event check-in rewards because Kuro Games is that generous. Now, I was planning on wrapping it up here, but Kuro decided to drop the Resonator Showcase for Jinhsi, and I figured, you know what, let's talk about it. Now, originally, I had no intention of pulling for her. I was going to strictly pull on Changli. Being free to play, I don't have all the pulls in the world, but I did have the guarantee. But after seeing the changes to Jinhsi's kit, I think I may have to reconsider pulling on Changli. But that being said, Kuro's being really generous and they're giving us a bunch of 10 pulls, so maybe I can get both. But let's quickly go over some of the things that make Jinhsi next level, that really make her that, and again, I hate to quote another game, but that Archon level resonator. And the first and the main part is going to be that she essentially can make your team ignore the concerto meter. You're no longer going to have to worry about proccing that every time you want to do an intro or outro skill, because it's no longer needed. That means every time you swap to your teammates, they're going to activate their intro and outro skills. Now, while Jinhsi is much more of a bursty DPS, Changli seems to be more of an on-field DPS. You want to activate her True Sight, you want to use some of her basic attacks, activate her skill, and honestly, I think that might be a nice change of pace because I have Jian, and honestly, he's pretty bursty, so he only comes out for his ultimate. I think I want to change that playstyle up. But again, I'm still torn because both of these resonators are so damn good. Now, I know a lot of you are really excited for the new 5 stars, but I'm actually very excited for the 4 stars on the banner. Finally going to be able to get some copies of Sanhua. I might be able to get RC6, Yang Yang, and Dan Jin. So I think this banner is going to be actually really damn good. And on that note, I'm probably going to wrap it up here. Thank you guys so much for being understanding of me not uploading the last couple days or week or so. Had a lot of stuff going on, but things are getting better. Just got to keep moving forward. So consider dropping a thumbs up if you're enjoying this content. Comment down below, what are you most looking forward to in 1.1? Is it the new units, Changli and Jinhsi? Is it the Mt Firmament area to explore? Is it the story quest? I want to hear about it. And as always, please consider subscribing to the channel. I'm on the road to 1,000 subscribers. I'm going to get there, and I can't wait for the fun times we're going to have growing this channel. Thank you, and I'll see you on the next one.